So we're here again. This time doing a little demo on how to rip sound from YouTube to include in your animations. Now, if it's for educational use, pretty much anything goes. When it comes to actually publishing this, if you were to try to publish it on a website, take credit for everything, then you could run into some issues. So be forewarned that unless it's royalty free, which you'd have to double check and everything like that. But that being said, let's go ahead and show you how to do it. So I just found this sci-fi sound effects thing. So there's this website, it's off Liberty. There's YouTube to MP3. There's a ton more. And then there's this site, which is freesound.org. And you can download tons of free sound on here without needing any type of converter. So you just have to make sure it's in a file type that Flash can read, which is generally MP3 is the safe way. Anything that's like left channel, right channel, kind of once you start getting into more complicated extensions for sound, which are higher quality, generally Flash does not do a good job of reading those. So MP3 is the safe way to go. So how do we go ahead and get our audio into Flash? So the way we do that is by going into Google Chrome, or that's what I'm using, Google Chrome, whichever browser you prefer. So I've got this spaceship sound here, and I'm going to Command C for copy, and then I can go Command V and paste. I'm just copying and pasting the URL. Go ahead and click off on this one, or you can do it here, and then convert video, and then you can download right here, video successfully converted. Right click here and save link as, desktop, spaceships, and that's fine. And there it goes downloading, or I could download it from here and hit download. And there too, it shows up. Now, I'm just going to take this. Whoa. Now I've got both files saved to my desktop. Or I could also take, let's say for instance, here, and I can download this. Give that a second. While it downloads, I'm going to go into Flash. Now I'm going to import my sound and import to library. And I'm only going to import one of these because I only need to import one of them. Okay. Here. File, import to library. And I can do this sound effect now too. And I can click open. And I have previous ones that I have used before, import to library. And I can import all of these as well. So now in my library I have a whole bunch of sound effects. So what you normally do is go ahead and make sure you name your layer. I'll grab spaceship sound effect, click and drag. Now you'll see this little orange line that appears. So what we want to do next is make sure we have enough frames that it can play, and you'll see the wave, the sound waves appear right away. And this is AIWHA sci-fi. And then I would lock this. But before I do that, I'm going to click on here, check on my properties, and I'm just going to make sure if you click on the layer, it will give you the properties to change. Generally, I'll just click on the timeline itself. Make sure it's set to stream, and you're good to go. You can do some audio adjustments to it, going to effect, I don't recommend doing this in this particular software, but it is possible. And then you also have this in here where you can adjust the dB and everything, and I'm just going to leave that alone because Flash really isn't a sound editing software, although it does give you some options to allow you to change it. And here's all the sound waves. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend it. There is better software out there. Audacity probably is better. Formerly Sound Booth, GarageBand might even be better, depending. So I've got that layer. Now I could do another layer, and let's say I call this one sci-fi ship. And here in my library, maybe I don't want the ship to start until frame 120, so I'll press F6. And this doesn't really work great in the software, but it does okay. So I'll go ahead and grab that and drag and drop that there. And now you'll see I've got a whole bunch of sound happening here. And I could do another one, and I like to lock my sound layers. And maybe I'll do, I could do Spaceballs. And let's say I don't want Spaceballs to start until frame 240. Create a keyframe, F6. And then take that, drag and drop it. And now we are all good. Just make sure they're all set to stream. And this will play just how you have it set and spaced. Generally, once you start getting a lot of information within the file, I would create a folder also and call this audio. Drag that in. Because you don't want to start drawing images and doing animations on top of your audio layer. And this could be like storyboards, and then we can go ahead and you're going to want to leave this down. If you can do all types of stuff on here. So you could do some crazy spaceship, I don't know, really anything. So I was thinking like a flying saucer actually, right? Give it, you can give it 2 little legs. And then whatever, you guys kind of get the idea. And then we'll come around like so. And you can begin all your animations here. To UFO. Create motion tween. And pretty much there you go. And this is really what we're going for. Go ahead here. I can bring this scale down. Have it up here, over here. And zoom off stage. And now I can do whatever adjustments I'd like to it. And this is just to give you guys an idea that you can have different animations separated from your audio layers. So you don't have to create animations on top of the layers of the audio. It doesn't make much sense to do that because then it becomes much more difficult to do things like adjust things to your motion path here on your motion tween when you have it on an audio layer that needs to be set on these particular things. So it's always good to keep things on their own layer. And when I play it back, I doubt you can hear it, but maybe you can pick up a little bit in the headphone that I'm wearing and you get something like so. And there you go. Thanks for watching. And that's importing sound into Flash.